Guys, what's up? Been troubleshooting this squeaking noise for a couple months now, and take a look at this video and check out this squeaking noise. I've been troubleshooting this problem for months, and this is actually a brand new engine. It probably has about 500 miles on it, and you know, at the same time this happened, at first I didn't know if it was my C4 transmission, so I was actually in the process of doing a C4 conversion at the same time, and so I didn't know if it was a transmission, torque converter, or if it was the flex plate or what it was. But I have three new converters in there, 2 flex plates. I've taken off my pan, checked every single bearing. Bearings are all perfect. Plastic gauged them, they're all fine. 0015. Man, took the intake manifold off, checked all the lifters, checked out everything, man. Couldn't figure it out. So, actually, I bought this short block from a company called MABBCO, and 351 roller block. They did really good. It's perfect specs. You know, everything checks out. I sent a link to that original video that I had. And so I was doing that, and it comes from a different angle over here. And so MABBCO told me to, you know, the only time they've ever heard a sound like that is when there's something wrong. The rear main seal is not getting lubrication or something. So that kind of is funny because sometimes when I'd spray WD-40 up there, the noise would get quieter. So that kind of makes sense. So I've probably built about 20 or 30 engines over my lifetime and never had a main seal make that noise. So so last night I took it for a spin and I put some oil up there, and it did make it a little bit quieter. So today I'm going to drop the oil pan and pull the rear bearing cap off, and I'm going to get some of my Mobile One grease and kind of grease it up a little bit and see if I can make that noise go away, because it's frustrating. I don't even want to drive the car because it's so freaking noisy and loud and embarrassing. So alright, I'm going to take this oil pan down and pull the cap out and show you how I do this, and hopefully this thing will be quiet and I can drive it. Alright, cool. So it's been a long time, you know. I've put this new 4-speed in there, this transmission, and can't really drive it, so looking forward to it. So we'll see if this fixes it. So rear main seal, that's what they think. Kind of makes sense. That's exactly where the noise is coming from. So I never would have thought in a million years it would be the rear main seal. So alright, I guess we'll try it. So here's the rear main bearing cap, and the only way to really get to the seal is to take this cap off without pulling the engine out. So underneath that part right there is the seal, and I'm going to take this off and hopefully get to it and lubricate it, and see if that fixes it. Alright. So another thing I would probably suggest doing is I've actually taken this oil pan off at least 10-15 times. I can't remember. Trying to figure out what this problem was, and this is actually a rubber oil pan gasket, reusable, and it actually has they're kind of like metal washers built into it, and it allows you to so you can't over torque the gasket. So yeah, I highly recommend these things. So yeah, literally had this pan off over 10 times trying to figure this out. Alright, so I'm going to take this off and I'll show you the seal under it and get this thing lubed up. Hey guys, there's the seal. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. I mean, it seems like there's, oil up there, getting up there. I'm assuming. I mean, could that be it? Fuck, I have no idea, man. I just want this noise to go away. But yeah, I'm gonna lube that up with some. I'm gonna pull the seal forward a little bit, like that. Get some grease up in there. Yeah, that's crazy. How the hell? I mean, it definitely, that's where the noise is coming from, that area. So, no freaking clue. So, I'm going to try to clean that area as much as I possibly can and get some lube up there. So, and then I'm going to put the cap back on, torque it down to about 105 foot-pounds, and put the pan back on, oil back in, and take it for another spin and see what happens. So, we'll see. Alright, I'll get it back together and I'll let you know. It's got it kind of greased up in there. Probably a little bit overkill. Okay, put this cap back on. So, fuck, hopefully this works. Got it going. What's funny, it only makes this noise when it's hot or warm. So I have to drive it around, let it heat up a little bit, and get it going. But this video is also for Mabco. They wanted to actually hear the sound, so they let this thing heat up and get it going. Hopefully that noise is gone. Fuck, man, maybe I fixed it, I don't know. I mean, I ran this thing around the block a couple times. It's running right now, and by now it would have been totally screeching. You know, and so another thing I did is I moved, I noticed that there was a groove. It kind of looked like it was sort of like a pitted groove where the seal was on before. So I moved the rear main seal probably about half a millimeter back to like on virgin metal. Because maybe that was causing the problem. I don't know, but yeah, I spent about 40 hours and about $200 troubleshooting this problem. And I guess I wish I would have shown that video to Mabco like right away, because I mean, those guys pointed me in the right direction like immediately. Like, I sent the guy emailed the guy the video, and the guy actually called me back on the phone. You know, a couple hours later, later in the afternoon, hey, it's Mabco. But he said, yeah, check the main seal. But he said, squirt some oil back there. So, holy shit, spent so many hours. Checked all the bearings, pulled the intake manifold off, checked all the things, had the oil pan off about 10 times, plastic gauged all the bearings. Dude, I've never had a rear main seal go like that. It didn't even go out, man. Just had to lube it up, and I moved it back about a millimeter on virgin metal. So, man, if you have a rear main seal making or noise back there, man, it might not be the torque converter after all, man. It's a freaking main seal. Crazy. Yeah, never had a rear main seal do that. So, guess you learn something every day. All right, cool. Let me know if you have any questions.